It's week 3 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see the electric Jaden Daniels. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Bengals under the lights on Monday night.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals make their way out on offense for the first time, led by their fifth-year quarterback out of LSU, Joe Burrow.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Commanders is very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. You talk about this Washington defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So the Commanders make their way out on offense for the first time here. And it's the rookie Jaden Daniels, the number 2 overall pick, leading the way.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
In motion, the tight end. Here's Deebo Samuel in the backfield with his first carry. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Daniels looking to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. To the air goes Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Daniels. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. That's good for 28 yards.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now Mariota. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The numbers for McLaurin a week ago, comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. 7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. Burrow looking to pass. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. The numbers a week ago for Chase. 6 catches, a touchdown to go along with 124 yards.
Having a nice season. Number 8 in the league in receiving yards. And not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Brown, and he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Here's a 2nd and 5. Mariota. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. A handoff for Samuel. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now Mariota. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A good pickup there, a 22.
I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at an all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record set.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Marcus Mariota. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 14-0. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now Burrow. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Amari Cooper, 72 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Mariota. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 73 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Burrow now off the bootleg. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Burrow. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
To the air again, Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. So nothing doing there, and that will bring up second down. In motion goes the tight end. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles
Still first down.
right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Burrow will throw. Throw left side, complete to Chase. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll set up to throw. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. A run for Debo here to start the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Samuel. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5. Another carry for the wide receiver, Samuel. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 3rd and 3. Now Daniels. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, here's Daniels. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Throwing now is Daniels. Short throw. He's got Kraft. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Daniels looking to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Shaquille Barrett. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. To the air goes Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Noah Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders are able to widen their advantage. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Open man is Higgins. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 94 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Daniels. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Man open left side is Brown. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Daniels. Under pressure, they got him again. Trey Hendrickson, his 2nd sack of the night.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Cedric Tillman up near 200 yards receiving with 2 touchdown catches as well. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. 20-6 was the final. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll begin by running here with Samuel. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's taken in by Kraft. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Here's a give to Samuel. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. Back to throw. Daniels. That's to the sideline and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Daniels steps away to his left. Shifts by him. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Now Samuel. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did.
Holding offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Daniels. This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels. And it's caught. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They defer to Brown to start the drive. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. This is Samuel. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9 now. And Watson has it right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Samuel. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And they'll run again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 5-touchdown lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bengals getting set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Burrow. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Burrow going to get this out to Chase. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Gun. 11, empty, take.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Got a man. It's Brown. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Here we go.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Now 2nd and 5.
11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Samuel. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now Daniels. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Samuel. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 133 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Daniels. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And the Bengals are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This is Brown going up the middle. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Daniels looking to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Samuel, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Samuel, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience. Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. Samuel. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run on first down. Samuel. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will. To the air goes Daniels. This will be caught by Brown.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw is Daniels. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football. Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Patterson on the draw play. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now. They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead. But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bengals offense returns to the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now it's Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Here we go. 11 MT. 12. 11 Thomas. 12.
From midfield now, Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Able to find Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Again, it's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, but he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
161 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They'll keep it on the ground. Samuel. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. The offense on third down tonight. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Samuel. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Burrow will throw. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
6-0 for Washington. It's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.